Hey YouTube, today we're going to be treating my 90-gallon reef for flatworms. It's not that out of control. Basically I siphoned out the majority of them already, just to show you what I'm talking about at least if you haven't seen them. Let's see if I can get some to come up here. I'm looking through the viewfinder and it looks like they're not really wanting to show themselves. Okay, there we go, there's a great little patch. But you can see the orange dots there, those are flatworms. In case you had them in your tank and thought maybe something was breeding or it was something you'd actually want to have, it isn't. And as far as like what I have in my tank, I got a couple frog spawn, some pink softies, some colts, and green star polyps, zoanthids. I have an acan, stuff like that. As far as fish goes, right now I just have two perks and a green mandarin. And as far as filtration goes, I have a pretty big sump. It's rated for a 300-gallon tank. It's a big giant refugium. I have a Iwaki 40 return pump. And then basically, and just so you understand too, I mean I got like at least 4 or 5 inch bed of sand in the bottom of that, and then a whole bunch of claripa and some live rock as well. And of course usually the light is off during this time of the day, but throw it on for this. And then my skimmer is an ETSS 500 being driven by a Gen X 30 pump. And basically this is just kind of a larger downdraft skimmer, and it's pretty substantial. It certainly is enough for my tank. And then I have the auxiliary holding compartment there. And the idea is if that fills with waste, there's a ping pong ball underneath that PVC piece you see on the top that'll actually plug the air supply source for the skimmer and cut the oxygen, so there's no more skimmate being created, and the sump or the skimmer won't overflow if you're on vacation or something. So anyway, today we're going to be using this product from Blue Vet, it's called, and this is an alternative to Flatworm Exit. The dosage is different, so if you read the 1 drop per gallon for Flatworm Exit, this is I think 2 drops for 10 gallons or something. But basically I'm going to go ahead and open up the tank a little bit and get ready to throw some of this in there. You're supposed to squirt it into an area of high water movement, so I got my return line right there coming back in, so we'll just dose it right in front of there. And from what I'm reading from everything, it sounds like flatworms should just start kind of crumbling immediately. So I'm going to get some salt water mixed up and get ready to do a water change. It basically says your corals are going to slime, but that everything's going to be just fine. And you continue to run your skimmer and carbon if you use it. I don't run carbon, and I really don't have anywhere to put it in. And to be blunt, I'm not worried about it enough to go out and buy a canister or something like that, or try to borrow one from somebody to actually run carbon. So if that ends up being a big mistake, hopefully you guys will see firsthand what not to do if it doesn't work out well for me. But I'm crossing my fingers. So I'm gonna get some salt water mixed up, and we'll come back for the next part. So here we are. We got 10 gallons of dechlorinated salt water on hand. A little nervous here, not really sure what's gonna happen, but we're gonna go ahead and dose, and you guys are gonna find out with me. So we're adding 2 drops per 10 gallons. So we got 45 drops going in here today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and actually just dose this, and then I'll start the video again once, I'm done dosing. Okay, so it probably took me, I don't know, about 45 seconds to add 45 drops, maybe not even. Sorry about all the glare in the glass, by the way, too. I'll try to stand maybe a little somewhere else, but I'm not really sure how long this is gonna take. It sounds like it's pretty instantaneous from everything that I've read. Now, the other thing is too, it says 2 drops for every 10 gallons, but this is a 90-gallon tank. My refugium's got to be 30 gallons, and my sump probably, or my skimmer probably holds another gallon or so, maybe 2 gallons. And with all this rock and sand, I mean, it's hard to say exactly what we're dealing with here. So I added the 45 drops, and I'm gonna wait and see what's going on here. If I'm not seeing anything in a few minutes or whatever, I guess I'll have to dose a little bit more. But I'm gonna go ahead and wait till I start seeing some kind of visible signs that there is some sort of reaction here, and then I'll throw that in a video so you guys can see what you should be watching for. Wish me luck. First of all, I apologize because this probably isn't gonna come out, but here's the thing. I've stared at these guys a lot in the past. I sure hope this comes out a little bit. Through the viewfinder, it doesn't look like it is, but here's the deal. When I first started getting flatworms, I thought it was something spawning in my tank. So I've seen them on the glass, I didn't know what it was, and I thought it was harmless, and I stared at them a lot, and I thought there was some kind of egg that was going to hatch into something else. I was naive and thought maybe they're copepods or amphipods or something good. Maybe some new strain of plant I was unaware of or whatever. But I'd look at them and nothing would happen. And right now, and there's no way this is coming up on the video, it's probably just too small, they're moving, they're sliming. It's like you can actually see them trying to get away from something in the water, and it looks like they're going from like a dark copper to like a light caramel color. Like it actually looks like they're turning colors, and they're definitely moving. They're definitely actively trying to get away from whatever's in the water. So here we are just about a minute in, and I'm definitely not seeing any kind of sliming. You can see my frog spawn here, for example. No brown slime at all, no kind of reaction yet. No overproduction in my skimmer, and I didn't bother to clean it before we did this because I figured it's going to be pulling all kinds of crazy stuff, so why bother do it now. But everything else, here we are, a minute something in, seems to be pretty normal, but the flatworms themselves are certainly reacting. So I'll come back with an update as soon as I have one. So here we are about 5 minutes in, and not only do my corals not seem to be having any bad reaction, but like my acan, it's got its sweepers out like it's trying to eat. So definitely seems to be going pretty darn well. There's some flatworms buzzing around in the water column. Definitely seeing a lot of them detached from the rocks, but no sliming at all. No sliming from my LPS. There's no noticeable change in the water color. My water still looks nice and clear. Really clear, actually. And again, we're at least 5 minutes in here. I'm not really seeing any colonies of the flatworms on the rock anymore. It actually, they were crawling. I mean, they were like inchworming along. And some of them look like they're burrowing into the rocks, so maybe there's a massive die-off waiting to happen. I just don't know. But I wanted to give you an update. So about 5 minutes in, there is virtually no flatworms on any of the rock surface. It doesn't look like they're on the surface of the sand either. I really don't see any flatworms at all, man, and I'm not kidding. And like I said, there's a couple little breezers in there, but who knows, guys? Maybe I'm getting really lucky here. So I'll come back with an update.